comment section.
Well, that's
what
one of them was some cut fucking didn't like the body shaming video. Felt the need to leave his 2 cents, and I was like, dude, you're a pussy.
At least it was a private message.
No,
So.
well, the other one was actual comment.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, the douchebag sent the private message.
Yeah.
Called you guys a bunch of bros.
I don't know. He did say frat bros, so I'll take it.
I am in the frat.
Yeah, like 100 years ago.
Yeah, the Egyptian days.
I rushed the frat for like a semester, and that was it.
So welcome back to the We Couldn't Come Up With the Name podcast. I'm Christian.
Garrett.
Ricky.
We finally have Ricky.
Bro, it was literally 2 weeks.
I missed 2 episodes and all fucking hell breaks loose, but it's okay when you do it.
Yeah, I had a big wedding to go to, so.
So don't act like it's not a Mexican wedding. Those things don't last more than a couple of days.
Dude, the worst part is I was sober. My wife was like, hey, I'm gonna drink. As we were at the hall, I'm like, if you told me this earlier, we could have coordinated, like, get a DD and stuff, but it's okay, at least you had fun, so that's all that matters. But
You're talking about we got haters now?
Man, we got haters, dude.
You know what, one of the things I learned when I went into business, because I would get like bad reviews even though like I'd be like, that wasn't how it happened, like, any publicity is good publicity.
No, yeah, but, well, and you think about it with like, Yelp. I mean, I don't ever leave reviews, but people are more likely to leave a bad review than they are a good review, typically. That's my experience working at bars and stuff like that.
Everyone wants their voice heard.
Yeah.
Like, so it's bound to happen, but, any publicity is good publicity. Whether they're talking good about you or talking bad about you, at least they're talking about you.
Yeah.
So
that was my thing with the comment the dude left was, hey, it's a comment, and then the video started taking off again. So
it's funny because about that, right? Like since everything became like super sensitive and whatever, it's freedom of speech only if they're voicing their opinion about what they want heard. Well, the second somebody else says something that they don't like, it's like, oh, well, that's insensitive. That's shaming, and that's I'm gonna sue you for.
Well, that was literally what the video was about, was making body shaming great again. But I mean, to add on to that though, it's like they only want freedom of speech if you're saying what they want you to say.
Exactly, and that shit drives me off the walls. But that might be a conversation for another day. In other news, which is actually good, we're almost at that 100 subscriber mark, which. It would really help if you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Like, we appreciate all the views and stuff. We want to grow, but we need, comments in there that are showing the growth and showing the support. Whether you guys like something, don't like something, maybe we can talk about something that you guys want to hear about. That would really help us going forward.
Yeah. And then we have that giveaway once we get to 200 subscribers. We're gonna randomize all the subscribers, and then someone's gonna win $100. You do have to like, comment, and subscribe to qualify for that giveaway.
You can comment as many times as you want, whatever the hell you want, as long as you comment and like, subscribe. Send our pod to friends, family. I mean, who knows? You never know who will like what we got going on. So we'll see how that goes. The giveaway is sponsored by Hard Rock, I'm sure.
No, it's sponsored by Bakersfield Cell Phone Repair.
There you
I
go.
will write that out.
Hell yeah. Well, I think the biggest news coming up for this weekend would be Chamzat and
That's next weekend.
Strickland.
It's next week.
Next weekend.
It's the 9th.
Yeah, I know, but sorry,
Weekend.
my week's already over. So next weekend, Chamzat versus Strickland.
We talked about that a little bit last week. I don't have the odds up. I haven't updated the odds, but Shamzat's a heavy favorite.
I wouldn't doubt it. I think he's gonna ragdoll him, just like
he did it.
just like he does everybody else. I mean,
I'm gonna throw 100 on Strickland, see what it does.
yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, if you have the money to put both bets, then might as well. Why not? But
What do you mean both bets?
you put in for Chamzat if you have the money, but you're not gonna make any money on him. putting 100, like you're not gonna make
Yeah,
any money.
20
on that.
bucks.
Yeah. Like
Whereas if you bet Strickland and you put 100 on it, you're gonna come back with 400 or 500.
yeah, yeah, of course. I mean, unless you got the money, that's what I'm saying. You throw 5,000 on, Chom's out, but nobody's gonna be throwing that unless you're Drake or some of these big time.
You go against Drake. Whatever he bets,
I know.
You go
the Drake
against-
curse.
That's
Yeah,
what pissed me off the
that shit
first
is
time. Drake,
it's real.
Drake bet on
Izzy.
Strickland against DDP the first time. I was like, damn it, it's over.
He just goes with whoever's the more popular
Ooh,
person
I think the odds have shifted.
Did they?
Oh,
to minus 500.
yeah, I think it was, but it's not. It just there it goes. So Chom's odds minus 520. Strickland's plus 390. So
Interesting.
implied raw probability 83.9 for Chomzot, 24.4 for Strickland.
FanDuel has him at minus 500.
That's a huge gap for a championship fight.
Yeah, but when you know who the champion is, like it's almost like Islam and Khabib. Like, what are you're gonna put him at minus 150? Like you'll never see those odds. You just won't. Like they're just so dominant that every single time they're gonna just ragdoll everybody that they put in front of them. So
Yeah.
who knows? Who knows who will come up to that title fight? I don't see anybody in the near future taking that.
Unless he misses weight or something. Repeatedly. He's
Yeah.
known for that. He hasn't done it at 185, but when he's gotten to 170.
But at 205,
He's not a 205, he's a
I'm saying
185.
at 205, he can make that weight easily.
Yeah, they don't have anybody in that division anymore.
He's gonna 185 is not any better.
Yeah,
I'd rather be in the 205 class. I think once I give him one, maybe two title defenses, and he's up.
yeah, probably.
Like that's it. And then I wouldn't be shocked if he moves up to heavyweight. Can you imagine him at heavyweight?
Why didn't they have Strickland Chomzot at the White House?
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why.
There's already been an assassination attempt this
Yeah.
week, so they're like,
Yeah. Keep him out of there.
Did you see the video of the White House deal?
I kind of saw it. Like it.
So there was all the Secret Service. They were kind of just chilling, like they literally looked like they were just lounging. And this dude comes in full suit and everything, and he runs right through the metal detectors with a rifle in hand. I think one had the wherewithal to unholster his weapon. I think got maybe one round off, but the crossfire on that was so bad. Like there was
Oh
literally.
yeah, I did see that video. He runs through the metal detectors.
Yes.
Yeah, and they're like sitting they're standing like against the
Dude,
wall. Like, yeah.
oh my god, that was such a big pucker factor. And then after that, after he's running, they all run after him. And I don't know if it, because I didn't see the other angle, I didn't know if they needed to pie the corner or what, but they all stopped and froze. And I'm thinking about it. And they waited for a second before they took back off after him. I'm like, you just had an unknown person run through with a rifle and you guys are just.
that's just a normal day, dude. Just a
You
normal
think you
day.
guys are just running and then stopping and then evaluating? No, go stop that dude.
I just took it as it was because he didn't invade Iran.
Yeah,
That was my thoughts on it.
that's that whole place is a mess. This whole situation is.
But what did America gain from the war in Iran?
Israel's money?
I thought we'd give them money.
We do give them
We
money.
do, but I mean their support as far as I guarantee it. If they make a phone call and they need something done, they'll probably help them out.
No, they won't.
I'm not
Israel does what's best for Israel.
I
They
know.
don't give two fucks about
I'm
us.
not saying they're gonna bend over backwards for us.
They're not.
They'll.
They wanted us to do the ground invasion. They wanted us to supply all the bombs. What benefit did we get from Israel?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Just.
And
Absolutely nothing.
I talked about this before. It has to do with they have something over us. They have something over the people.
They got something.
Epstein files.
Trump. They have everyone. Everyone.
For
All
47 years, they've been trying to get America to take out Iran, and yet, for some reason, they must have some sort of dirt on Trump,
Mhm.
which is probably why he's covering the whole Epstein and files up and won't prosecute.
he changed. I mean, I really like. Say this like, with all jokes aside, but I don't know if it's health or what. But that fool, he's like crazy now.
He flipped. Yeah, Garrett talked about it last week.
He's
He used to love Trump. Now it's
I voted for him. There's no way in hell I'd vote for JD Vance right now in the next election.
Did you guys see the thing where Erica Kirk and Pence they like
Pence or Vance?
Vance.
Yeah.
My bad. They put their photographs like next to each other and they're saying they're siblings.
No, I don't believe it. I believe
Like the eyes, like the
I
facial
believe
stuff.
more that
like,
she was having an affair with him than I believe that they're siblings.
I saw something, I didn't know this, I saw it on, I think, Instagram, where he's changed his name like 3 times. JD Vance. It was a whole bunch of different stuff.
I didn't know that.
So can we bring Bernie back or what?
I'm not a Bernie fan.
What do we have?
Hey, when I was in high school,
Massey?
no, I was in college at the time. Bernie ran, and
Joe Rogan?
that fool will never run.
Does that you think that's why they took
You'll
out?
know who this is. You'll probably know who this is too. Stephen A. Smith wants to run for president.
I saw he's running for something.
Really?
So
Was
he
it
said-
president?
Yeah. So,
I thought it was like Congress or
no,
something like
no,
that.
he wants to run for president, but so this is his stance. He sides like view wise with Republicans, but I think he looks at the Democratic Party as an easy win to represent that side. Because who's he going to go against? Kamala Harris, Gavin Newsom.
Gavin Newsom.
Gavin's a new choice.
Nobody's going to vote for Gavin, especially if you have this big celebrity. How many people watch sports? Probably a bunch more than watch politics. And
I had heard those rumors though, and recently in a podcast with Sean Hannity, he stated, and I quote, "I ain't giving up my money," confirming he will not run.
The
But
one that is running.
with JD Vance though, he's legally changed his name 3 times. He was born James Donald Bowman. He became James David Hamel after his adoption by his stepbrother. Later, legally changing his name to Vance in April of 2013.
what does the last name Vance have to do with? I can see the JD part. Obviously, that makes sense, but where the hell-
Well, he changed his middle name at one point
Yeah,
from Donald to David.
I don't know. That's some weird stuff right there. But I feel like I'm sure a lot of politicians do that too.
And they don't send their kids to public school, that's for sure.
Yeah. I don't know.
What kind of touch was that last week? We touched on that
Yeah.
stuff with.
Talking about people running, Bilzerian is running for Congress in Florida.
Dan Bilzerian?
Yeah. As of April 2026, social media influencer and poker player Dan Bilzerian has filed paperwork to run as a Republican for U.S. Congress in Florida's 6th congressional district.
I love Dan. Like I loved his videos. Growing up watching all the crazy shit that he has and does and whatever. But that fool's too coked out to be in a power position.
No, at
Or
least
they
he's
are
not, at least he's
power.
not fucking and eating little
They, I
kids.
mean, they are, but like that fool's like openly coked out. That's like that's like how Connor is.
But he didn't inhale. That's all good.
That's like how Connor is in Ireland. Like, or maybe.
Is that still a thing?
Yeah. So did you get confirmation whether that Connor and Max Holloway fight is legit? Because I've been seeing a bunch of rumors about that too now, but I don't know if that's like legit because they haven't posted it or anything.
I haven't heard anything until Gary brought it up.
I saw that deal. It still says he's expected to return on July 11th.
Okay, well let's dive into that because we obviously had a little short about that small conversation, but I think that would be a great fight for Connor to come back to. I think that
That
would
when
be.
Max Holloway beats the brakes off him, and now he's 1-5 in his last 4 fights, and all the little fanboys like you are all butthurt. Conor McGregor.
I
agree.
I think it'll be an entertaining fight. I think Max can put him away.
So
if they make it 5, I think Max can put him away in 3.
Well, the difference is McGregor. We know from history, even in his prime, had trouble going past like the 3rd round.
Yeah,
He's so gassed. Max can go all 5 rounds.
I know.
Max will dominate McGregor, and then McGregor's 1 out of his last 5 fights. Like I get it. The hype. It's Conor McGregor, right? It's Conor McGregor. We all loved him at one point, but now he's 39, coked out, CTE. He's almost as bad as BJ Penn. Remember when BJ Penn was on his rants on? There was times where
He's
he was
more
that.
online. He's more online or more online par with Antonio Brown.
But at 34,
They're there, but they just say some outlandish
at 34, 35, McGregor couldn't gas after the first
shit.
round.
No, I know.
And you expect him to all of a sudden be 38 and put up a good fight?
I know, but hold on.
He has a puncher's
Look,
chance.
hold on. Look at
That's it.
Well, yeah, but look at his last couple fights. Who did he fight? He fought Poirier
Yeah.
twice and got smoked. But what does Poirier have that Holloway does not have?
Max has power too.
I'm not saying power, but Poirier's ground game is way better than Max. Max ain't gonna take the fight to the ground. It's literally gonna be a boxing match with UFC gloves and UFC rules. So I
And-
think it'll be more entertaining.
And that's gonna align.
I think Holloway will put so much pressure on him.
Holloway's
with
gonna beat him. If it goes 5, Holloway wins all 5 rounds.
It won't go 5. Me being a Conor McGregor fan, I think Max can put him away in 3.
I get it. I
I
get it.
think Conor can
It's
get
not
it.
like it's a pay-per-view anymore, so they don't have to worry about like selling pay-per-views.
No,
But Conor McGregor was washed up 4 or 5 years ago.
he was washed up after once he left the UFC to fight Floyd. He was fucked because if you watch his fights before that, I know he struggled at 155. I know he struggled with cardio throughout his entire career. However, he was always light on the feet, using his kicks. Now he don't kick no more. He'll throw them every once in a while, but he is just straight, flat-footed. He's heavy on the front foot, which is what fucked him against Dustin. Is that leg, that entire leg is there for the taking. And what happened? He got fucking cooked. And then
So lost to Khabib in 2018.
yeah,
He beat
Cerrone.
in the first round, and then lost to Dustin twice.
So, but what do those guys have aside from their power and their striking? They can wrestle.
I've watched that fight a couple times, and I don't recall in the second Dustin fight they didn't go to the ground very often unless it was a stumble, and then they went to a.
Yeah, but Dustin at that time was right there. Dustin was right there losing to Islam and Khabib. He was that good. He was championship level. I'm not saying Conor was championship level when he fought him.
That's the thing is like there's all this hype behind Conor McGregor,
And what is Dana?
he's
always
ass,
say?
for lack of a better term. I'm not. I
I
think there's better fights they could do than a fucking Conor McGregor fight. I get it; it's gonna boost ratings.
Conor versus Max. What does Dana always say? Styles make fights, and that would be a good fight.
There is no style with McGregor anymore, dude. He's 38. He's coked out of his fucking mind.
Same thing with Max. Max doesn't do
Max-
anything.
Max is what 30.
36, I think, 37.
I don't think he's even that.
Nate
old.
Diaz
He's
called him
old.
out too.
Huh?
Nate Diaz was
I would love to see that trilogy, but I think Nate would smoke him. But Nate's actually fighting the 16th.
Who's he fighting?
Who's he fighting? He's fighting on the Ronda Rousey card.
Yeah, he is.
I think he's fighting a celebrity.
Max Holloway's 34.
I think Max.
Oh, he's no,
Holloway beat the
it's
brakes off him.
he's a celebrity. but
100%
he's not
he's
a
gonna beat
celebrity.
the brakes off him. It's
He's-
not even gonna be a fight.
It's Nate Diaz versus Mike Perry. Platinum Mike Perry, dude. I think. Okay,
Boxing?
hold on. In a vacuum, if you look at this in a vacuum, I think Mike Perry starches him because of the fucking power that he has, and he's fucking crazy. However,
There's no
Nate's
place in Nate
chin-
Diaz, dude.
like that fool will get dropped 50 times. He'll get fucking face full of blood and
And
have all
flip
these.
you off in the middle of it.
Exactly. Like, if it wasn't for the doctor stoppage, Nate Diaz was gonna beat Jorge Masvidal. That was the last UFC fight he had fought, and
I'd rather watch Nate Diaz than Conor McGregor, personally.
personally, but you know,
That's not true with you.
I'd rather.
You still pray to your McGregor
I'd,
poster.
I'd
every
rather
night.
I'd rather watch Conor. I'd watch Conor fight every single day of the week because you know he's gonna get at least a couple good shots.
And that's the good thing with
And you'll be
everything.
Like, oh fuck.
That's the good thing with everything being on Paramount now is you can go back and watch McGregor when he's worth the shit.
Yeah.
Watching him at 38, 39.
So
the-
I started following McGregor when It was right around the time that he fought Dustin the first time, and then shortly after that, he, you know,
You were late to the party then.
I was super late. Because I had took
37. I thought he was older than that. But at the time, he turns 38 like 3 days after the fight, July 11th. But yeah, still no opponent for that.
So Nate Diaz is a 2-1 underdog against Mike Perry.
that would be a good odds.
When is that card?
It's May 16th.
May 16.
The week
On
after.
It's on Netflix.
Yeah, it's isn't it
Ronda.
Jake Paul's promotion thing?
Yeah, MVP. So this weekend we have there's boxing.
JDM fights too. I think they're in person. You'll have a bunch of fat, worthless heavyweights getting gassed in the first round.
Hey, there's
Trash, dude.
Heavyweights got a new contender.
They do.
So there's actually tonight there's boxing in Japan. Junto Nakatani, the one I talked about last week against Inoue. I didn't know it was already happening. So that starts at 3 a.m. our time. The main event should be like at 5 a.m. That's gonna be a good fight. They're two undefeated Japanese boxers.
What's on?
It's probably gonna be on the zone.
I like one setup
Yeah,
where they have multiple styles of fighting on one card.
Yeah.
I think that's cool.
yeah, that'd be cool. And
The
then,
problem is they're always on like 4 in the morning, so you can't ever watch it.
so it'll be the main card. The main fight would be at 5 in the morning. So maybe I get to catch it before we go to work. But also we have boxing. The Mexican Monster fighting Sudo Garcia. That should be a good fight. And then that's about it this weekend.
Yeah, and then shit's gonna start popping off right after that. You got back-to-back good cards. You got the UFC. You got the celebrity fucking promotion, and then shortly after that, you got the White House card.
Yeah. Going back, have you guys heard the whole thing with? I know we're talking sports, but I want to start talking about this. Gary and I were talking about just how cringy Erica Kirk looks. Just in these videos, there's something fucking weird about her. Like, it's just like something's off with her. I was reading that.
Possessed or something.
Yeah, I was reading that Charlie left all his stuff for the kid,
Yeah, and
not for her.
yeah,
And now she's saying like, "Whoa, those aren't his kids."
Well, that's what they were saying as soon as you got.
I didn't see
You
that,
see that?
but
So she's trying to get to his money.
yeah, I know that, and that's why everybody's calling her out and coming for her. Do you see? And then that's where that famous new meme came in, where she's like looking into death, staring into the mic, and Darth Vader breathing into it.
Yeah,
And
that's cringy as fuck, bro.
it is, and I understand. Like, don't get me wrong. I get that you want to get your point across, but do it in a way that's not going to scare people. Because she's scaring the fuck out of everybody.
Her eyes, like everything is just
And
crazy.
the eyes don't lie.
There's a lot of rumors that she's tied to Mossad and shit too.
Yeah.
She's, I don't know, and I don't know if we touched on this before, but
You know if you ever came.
chill. I'm saying in the past,
Dude, the Drewski parody, did you see that?
the white
Like
face.
dead on, like
Yeah.
everything was dead on, and he's under fire for that.
Well, and then now Jake Paul's like, oh wait till I do a blackface one, and so he's gonna do a blackface one in retaliation to that. But when Drewski came out after, Erica had said her piece about it, she was like, or he had said, he's like, well, I never said it was you. You just assumed that it was you. So if you're feeling that way, that's on you. Like, I mean, I'm a comedian. I'm doing skits. Like, I don't see an issue with it. But going back to what Jake said, don't be sensitive once he does blackface. Everybody's gonna they're all comedians. Everybody's doing stuff for clicks and views and all that stuff, just like we are. So shout out and subscribe once again.
Or even how they did White Chicks. They
Yeah,
did
exactly.
Movie Man when we do a movie called Black Chicks.
Yeah, it's all for fun. And if you really get sensitive, then it is what it is.
Well, that's why you don't see any comedy movies coming out anymore.
No, they don't make any good. Or
You can't because
I'll touch on that right now because I see all these reels about like how WWE and WWF was back in the day, how they would say some outlandish
dude,
shit.
the Attitude Era was unreal, dude.
Like but what's funny is nobody said anything. Everybody laughed. Everybody enjoyed it. Like, it was all for fun. And then you get all this fucking influence and fucking like they try to dilute it with so much bullshit about
The pussification of America,
Yeah.
if you will.
everybody got so happy about this whole defamation of character bullshit, and it's like, bro, like, let's just all roast each other. Like, I'm sure everybody's heard the term, like, or, saying, like, if I don't roast you, you're not my friend. If I don't talk shit to you, I'm not your friend.
Yeah.
Like, what is there to be upset about? I mean, we say some pretty gnarly stuff to each other, but, like, we don't have,
We know we don't mean it in a fucking bad way. Like
it's all love.
I did mean the Conor McGregor fanboy stuff in a bad way.
This is where I walk off.
But no, back to Eric Kirk though. That shit's been weird from like day one, from like September of last year when Charlie got killed.
Yeah.
Like the whole funeral thing was like a pyrotechnics and shit like that. Like
yeah, it's crazy. Like you got fucking lights and fireworks and shit like that, and then that's when
then all the podcast tour after that.
Yeah. Well, what started it was that that hug that she had with JD.
Well, even the way when Trump came out after that too, like it was all part of the plan, dude.
Yeah, like
all part of the plan.
I just like Charlie shooting. If you break it down, like from security, military, police line of work, it's like you're telling me that you guys did not scout the entire.
Well, that's because I don't think he got hit by that.
Yeah.
He got hit by one of these.
I know, but I'm just saying, like,
wait, one of these?
Yeah, one of these.
One of these?
Yeah,
like,
I don't know.
I don't know, dude, and like I've always been like big into conspiracies, but I mean you can't really call them conspiracies when 95% of them are true. Your flat Earth stuff's the one that's 99. The flat Earth one's the one that hasn't been proven yet. But the whole Charlie Kirk thing led me down so many freaking rabbit holes, dude.
Yeah.
Right after that, you had the Epstein files,
Mm-hmm.
and it just goes on and on and on.
Well, prior to that, you had the whole Diddy stuff, and that's when I started paying attention a little bit. Like I would always look at conspiracies, and I'm like, I'm a skeptic, but like some of these are super far fetched. And then the whole Diddy stuff about Hollywood and stuff, and I was like, all this shit's a fucking. It's all a
Mel Gibson.
facade.
Remember Mel Gibson's rant, whenever that was. When was that? Like 2010ish, give or take.
15 years ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Him and Charlie Steen were like right about the same time.
I think he was a little after Charlie, but Charlie Sheen was all coked out and out of his fucking mind.
Yeah, but he was speaking a lot of truth. And then
Tiger Blood.
Kanye was saying that shit,
Yeah.
and then they said, "Oh no, he's crazy. Don't listen to him."
And then you fast forward to the Diddy stuff, and then you fast forward. I don't know if you probably haven't seen it, but you probably saw it. The Cat Williams on Shannon Sharp podcast.
Oh yeah, no,
Oh,
I saw
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Cat Williams on any podcast.
Holy shit!
No,
fucking
what about Mark Wahlberg on like Kevin being interviewed by Kevin Hart? And Kevin Hart's like, stop. You know.
That Cat Williams interview was fucking like
that sent everything to another
yeah,
level.
like it.
Because
I've always thought he's a great comedian, but now it's like, well, this guy's a fucking genius.
yeah, 100%.
Oh, dude, you can listen
He's
to
a
him like
fucking
when
genius.
he's on Joe Rogan's. He did Joe Rogan's podcast maybe last year, and don't get me wrong, they're smoking a lot of weed, and you can tell, but you can see just by listening to it. 'Cause typically when I listen to podcasts, I got my headphones on. I'm not watching the actual video.
Yeah, you just have the AirPod.
Yeah, I'm on Spotify or YouTube, and I'm just listening, right? And even just listening, like you're like, dude, this guy is extremely intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Going on and on, but yeah, that whole shit in September, that's what got me even farther into rabbit holes.
Yeah.
And right after that, you have a little before that, you have Diddy. A little after that, you have the Epstein files.
Mm-hmm.
And then now all of a sudden the Epstein files get released, and we go to war. Got to get the attention off that.
Yep.
Got to get the attention off the Epstein files.
If it wasn't,
It worked because the day we started bombing Iran, the searches for Epstein files went down like 95%.
well, it's funny because you have the Venezuela stuff that made the headlines for a little bit, and then started going back to Epstein, and then you have the Mexico fucking cartel thing, and that washed away because everybody was like, okay, it's Mexico, it's not us.
No, that was the day after
And
I
then-
booked
But
the
everybody's
Mexico
still
cruise.
interested in the Middle East. Everybody's still interested in the Middle East and what's going on over there, and they're like, oh fuck, all right, cool. Now we're gonna pin it on them.
Well, and that's the thing though, dude, is like, I think the Western world has been so brainwashed by a certain demographic of people that the whole problem in the Middle East isn't whom we thought, my opinion. You know, we talked about it with your buddies.
Yeah.
If you read religious texts, and you and I think talked about it either last week or the week before. If you read religious texts, Muslims are our friends. At no point in religious texts are the Jewish religion are they our friends. You know, if you look at all the problems in the world, dating back to most of this shit, minus maybe the Diddy, because I didn't really get too big into that one. 0.2% of the world population is causing like 95% of the problems.
And I talked about that being a statistical probability. There's no fucking way that should be happening. There's no way Mexico should have a Jewish president.
Look at
There's no fucking way.
Yeah.
Look at all the freaking all the news organizations. You see the pictures they're posting on social media all the time. Is like every single one of them.
The execs, the people that run them,
Yeah.
the news, the radio,
Yeah.
the media.
It's all media.
Kanye. I talked about it. Kanye put out
Mel
a
Gibson.
list.
Mel
He has
Gibson.
a list of all the top people at Universal, Interscope, Priority,
Fox
all
News,
these
CNN,
like
NBC.
record companies.
Mm-hmm.
They're all Jewish,
I know.
and it's what are the odds of that?
Sean Ryan had I forget the guy's name. He's a Catholic like exorcist, and he was talking about a lot of songs. They put like curses on them, like not in a bad way, but just so it gets like stuck in your head and shit like that. And he was going on about how that's like a demonic tactic to get a song stuck in your head.
Well,
It's a great episode. It's Father something on.
when I was younger, my priest said he had visited a Montessori and he had this device deal. We had plugged in a like famous song at the time, but it was when I was younger, and you play that shit back, and it's all demonic sayings and shit, and I was like, holy fuck, like I couldn't sleep that night. I had some of the lights on, dude.
You're all scared.
But yeah, it's all comes full circle when and I think what's going on now is
Biblical.
that, and just a lot of people like are starting to realize and do their own research and find out for themselves like what the fuck is actually going on, and that's why politics is so hot right now. And
It's
why
harder to hide shit now with technology.
You can't.
Like, everybody's got cameras everywhere.
Yeah.
You know.
My wife and I were literally just talking about that. I had rewatched the Ted Bundy movie on Netflix with Zac Efron, and it was a good movie. And I was like, "That's so crazy!" Like, you have a serial killer that they end the show with, "Here's a list of 30 victims." However, they believe it was more than that. I'm like, you can't get away with that many fucking killings nowadays. I mean, unless you do like a bombing or whatever, but just a straight serial killer where you can just bounce state to state, kill whoever the hell you want, and walk around the streets until you're contacted. But it's crazy. Like nowadays you can't. There's so many cameras on everywhere. Somebody's got some sort. Houses, phones, street lights. Like you can't get away with anything now. And somebody's got pictures and videos and stuff that they're just waiting to release. They're just waiting for the right price.
That's what I said. Speaking of pictures and stuff, there's more pictures of Trump and Epstein than there is of me and my dad. Like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same here. I don't have too many pictures with my dad. Yeah, probably like 3, 4.
Yeah, like.
Well, no.
I have 3, 4 that I can recover.
I mean, there's a bunch of pictures of me and my dad,
but
growing up and all through now. But
like
there's a shit ton more of them of Epstein and Trump.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah. Everybody's got a secret agenda. It's just once the light gets shed on it,
It's
that's
all
when
about
it was,
power.
And my dad and I talked about this when COVID was going on. From the jump, he was like calling bullshit on this whole fucking world pandemic and whatever. And he's like, they're doing something behind the scenes that they're just using this as a masquerade to get their hidden agendas pushed forward and without anybody noticing. And what happened when they did that? They sent the entire world into a fucking frenzy where everybody was scared to go out. Everybody didn't want to talk to anybody, touch anybody. Like shake hands is like not a thing now. You just give a wave. Yeah, and that's it.
People still do it.
Yeah.
Like, it's
They're
more of a
afraid
fist
to touch
bump.
the gas pumps. Like you had to take a fucking disinfectant wipe, disinfect it,
How
and
many
then
people
touch
do you
it.
see still driving around with fucking masks on?
Oh, dude, by themselves too.
And it just fucking irritates my soul. I'm like,
Well, and that back to the Epstein files, that was a lot of like Bill Gates was behind a lot of that. They're trying to plan something bigger.
yeah,
Like I'm surprised that building down in LA hasn't been hit yet. The dude that used to own the World Trade Center bought.
He just bought it.
I'm surprised it didn't been bombed yet. Trying anything they can to get us back into another 30-year war in the Middle East,
for no
killing
reason.
Americans, spending taxpayer money, you know. But yeah, that episode I just lost it. It was Father Chad Rippinger. It was on March 5th with Sean Ryan, but they were talking about some of that stuff we were talking about with the curses and the music and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, Mel Gibson said it 15 years ago, and everybody just thought he was a drunken idiot. And then now it's all coming to light.
Yeah.
Like,
And if they're not drunk or coked out, then they pivot to the catch-all.
no, the thing that cracks me up with like the Epstein files though is like they talk about like flight logs to the island. You couldn't fly to the damn island. They flew someplace else and then rode a boat.
Rode a boat.
You know,
Wait, they couldn't take a helicopter? He didn't.
maybe they took a helicopter. I don't.
I'm sure you can, but they probably.
I think they typically took boats.
Yeah, because it's all deserted. Like nobody's gonna be over there. Nobody's gonna be patrolling that area.
You see the whole like the island is like the Nickelodeon logo,
Yeah.
and then when
The
you put
SpongeBob's
address
ID. Yeah.
on his ID, the address is the island. You're like, make it more obvious.
It's funny, like growing up. Like my son's now 3 years old or 2.5. He's gonna be 3 in November. But I rewatched some of these shows like SpongeBob and shit like that, and I'm like, they had so many hidden messages in that you don't catch as a kid, and nobody cared back in the day because everybody it was honest work. Like people would go to work, they'd come home, see their family, whatever. The real American dream, like. But now when you rewatch it, it's like, holy shit, why are they putting this shit in a kid show? But that's
Disney
how-
was famous for that with all that shit.
Yeah, I mean, Disney's on the decline unless they start getting rid of some of that stupid shit that they have. I don't think Disney will ever be the same.
I started going against Disney once they started throwing all that stuff in your face. Like,
Yeah,
I don't want my
And
kids
what was
seeing
that,
two
like,
guys make
5
out in a movie.
like
Like,
6 years ago ish when they released Disney Plus. Like, I mean, they had Disney Plus for longer than that, but when they really started like combining packages and shit like that, and I got it. I was like, okay, it's a good deal for all three, ESPN, Hulu, and Disney, and then they fucking got the backlash because that was the first thing that popped up. It's like, I don't want to see that. I want to see the shit that I grew up on. Show my kids that. Like, if you don't monitor your kids' shit, like,
Oh yeah.
they're gonna be on the downward spiral like before you know it.
I keep Disney Plus mostly for the Star Wars stuff. I mean,
Yeah,
all their new live action movies, they're fucking up and they're so terrible.
Well, look
What?
at The Little Mermaid.
Little Mermaid, Snow White.
Like,
It literally describes Snow White in the story as like Snow White skin.
yeah.
And then they do what they do and they can't, and they're like, I don't know why nobody's watching this shit. This whole woke agenda, I mean,
Like, yeah, don't get me wrong. Like, there's a time and place for equality and getting some light shed on some
the
any
thing is
individual.
people, in my opinion, people aren't equal. You know what I mean?
Well,
Like,
no, they're never treated equal. But like I'm saying, if you want to push the equality and like instead of like, okay, this one person or certain group is getting all the benefits and stuff. Okay, fine, but
you mean like the country of Israel?
yeah,
Free education, free healthcare, free
free
college,
everything.
free everything, all paid for by
and if you
the
fuck up-
40% of taxes that you fucking lose every fucking paycheck that, we send to Ukraine and Israel and places like that. If we're sending that much shit to other fucking countries, I'm being taxed entirely too fucking much.
yeah,
I'm fucking tired of it.
Yeah, not
You
just that, but if you have dual citizenship and you fuck up here, you can just go to Israel.
yeah,
Nothing happens to you. You're good.
yep, 100%, 100%.
And all these execs, they all have
Yeah.
dual citizenship.
My dad joked about because he saw the way everything's going. He said, "If it was up to me, I'd move back to Jordan, and then fucking shortly after, like Jordan
Israel.
gets bombed."
Well, I was gonna say
Israel-
Israel would probably bomb it because they're dead set on freaking genocide in the Middle East.
Hey, you know what? I I know there's the whole 2 to 3 years. I might go to Dagestan and just forget about it, dude.
Dude. Well, that's what I was thinking. Is like talking about because a couple episodes ago, him and I really got on like the food and all the shit in the water and shit like that. And it was like I think about it and I was like, where is a safe place that you could actually go to?
Somewhere in Europe.
No, Europe though. They're so.
Mexico. You go to Mexico.
I said safe. I
Of
said safe.
course, safe. You're more likely to get kidnapped in the U.S. than Mexico, tenfold. The statistics show Mexico. There's about 50,000 kidnappings a year.
Okay,
50,000.
let's stop. Now we got little pasty white guy me walking through Mexico.
Well, listen to this. 50,000 kidnappings in Mexico, most of which are adult males. They are somehow involved in the drug trade. They're selling drugs, whatever. Like they're part of different cartels. 50,000. There's over 800,000 kidnappings in the U.S. per year. 80 to 90% of those being kids.
It's because the Maxwell zone.
So your kids are actually safer in Mexico than they are in the U.S.
Well, like, I mean, look at it. You brought up Europe. Like, Europe, dude. Like, you post the wrong thing. Like any shit we just talked about on this podcast, we posted that in Europe, they'd throw us in jail.
Yeah, no,
You know what I mean?
I know that.
That's my problem with Europe. So like, no, I'm serious. Like I think about it all the time. Like where could I go? Where could I go? Like the Bahamas, you're kind of left alone there because it's so touristy. Maybe I don't know. I've never been anywhere other than a tourist place in the Bahamas.
Puerto Rico?
Oh, everybody's going to Puerto Rico. Everybody's
Isn't
going.
that where Tony Hinchcliffe was talking shit, dude?
Everybody's going to Puerto Rico.
I mean,
Dominican Republic.
I don't know.
Take your
I don't know,
shot
dude,
there,
like-
you learn baseball.
You got a teeth. Just go to the MLB right after. Just go for a little bit.
I mean, like Europe's out of the question. Obviously, the Middle East because they're getting bombed on everywhere.
Yeah,
You know, Russia. I mean, Putin's listed in the Epstein files as banning Americans from adopting Russian children and then pretty much telling Epstein to go fuck himself. You know,
Yeah,
but I mean, at the end of the day, it's Russia.
yeah. I don't know. The entire world's kind of. They gotta hurry up with this Mars shit and fuck it.
I think we all just need. I think we need to get a bunch of boats and go storm through Antarctica and see what's on the other side. You know,
Yeah, we'll probably get blown up before we do all that.
can't kill us all, can
And you kill majority of us.
Hey.
10% of us.
they? It's just like D-Day, dude. You got to just keep going. Man. Yeah, I don't know. Dude. Like I said, I think about it. I wouldn't know where to go. Obviously, California is a whole fucking problem in its own.
Yeah.
You know,
You know, it's funny that
I really like Florida. If I was going to stay in the country, in Florida, white sandy
He's
beaches.
gonna end up moving to Florida.
No, he's not, dude. He likes the city.
No,
Me, yeah, 100%. 100%. I'm moving to Florida.
I'm gonna retire in Mexico.
I
I have that set.
One of my best friends lives out in Pensacola, and dude, we went out there and visited him a couple times. I fucking love it there. I told him I talk shit because his wife never wears shoes, so she's always got dirty feet. So I was like, that's the only thing I don't like about Florida is Nicole's dirty feet.
She's grounded though.
I was gonna say there might be a market for that. Though.
Yeah, Jared, you got to talk into that market, dude. But no, dude. I mean, it's white sandy beaches. It's great. Like you're still above. Like if you live in the city where he lives, Pensacola, you're above sea level. You know, most of the hurricanes veer. You know, if they're coming that way, they're gonna veer, or if they're coming from the east coast. So you might get wet and some wind, but you're not gonna get the full hurricane.
A little bit less humidity then, right?
Yeah, but it's a little bit more mild. It's not like Miami or Orlando or something like that. Like I mean, I went in September, dude. It was like 85 with 90% humidity. I mean,
Listen
it's
here,
still.
brother, we're in Bakersfield, California. It gets pretty mild out here.
We don't. I mean, it's getting more humid here though.
Yeah, it is, but the dust always wins.
Dude, the allergies, stuff like that. Like we'll go down to LA.
You're fine.
Yeah, and then the second we come back, it hits all of us. My wife, me, the kids.
Well, if you drive back during the day, you just see the fucking cloud of dust.
Yeah, you see that brown cloud coming in the valley.
I gotta miss the fucking clouds now because
See, like right now in Pensacola, it's 69 degrees with 87% humidity. It was kind of weird though, like going down there. So I'm used to going like the Central Coast and Southern California coast, right? And you're used to that cool breeze off the ocean. We're sitting there having dinner, like right on the harbor, and it's like a warm wind blowing at you. I'm like, dude, that's weird, dude.
Well,
You know, and then the water's to the south, but the Gulf water, dude, is so great, man.
Yeah.
So
It's
great.
warm, yeah. When we went to, that's one of the things I don't like about the ocean, the water being so cold. But when we went to Cancun, the water was warm.
Well, dude, like
I went to Oceanside last year, and I'm
I'm
not
freezing down there, dude.
surprisingly not. Like I went in, like first instinct, you're like, oh shit, it's kind of cold, and then you're in there literally 10 seconds, and it's good.
Back in the old Marine Corps days, we were stationed at Camp Pendleton, right? So we go to San Clemente all the
Yeah.
time. And you know, when I first got down there, the water was like, oh, this is nice. I can deal with it, whatever. Well, then we ended up going on a ship deployment. We went on the 13th MEU, Westpac. So we take off from San Diego in January of 06. We go to Hawaii. I'm like, dang, this is nice, you know? Then we went to Guam. And I'm talking like we were sitting on kayaks in like 15, 20 feet deep water, and you could see the bottom, the ocean like nothing. It was clearer than Hawaii,
Yeah.
right? Then we go a few more places, come back, you know. End up in Hawaii. I'm like, God damn, this water's cold, dude. Like the Maldives, the water was like being in a bathtub, dude. You could like walk from island to island.
Yeah.
Like, it was like we were like bathing in like chest deep, just bath water, you know. And it was crystal clear, not as clear as Guam. But then when we came back to Hawaii, I was like, fuck, it's cold, dude. It's cold. And then we got to San Diego, and we like, I think I only went in the ocean like one more time once we got back, and I was like, nope, too fucking cold, dude. I'm done. I'm done.
That's the shitty thing about like, and it's just like, you know, it's all humans, animals, mammals, whatever. They're always looking for the next best thing. So once you already fucking find that like top of the line shit, you go back to normalcy. It's like,
It was like
fuck, dude. Like I don't like this shit.
Yeah,
no
come-
more.
It's not the same.
a couple of years ago, I went to the Bahamas, dude, and like even the water in the Bahamas, and it's always windy.
Yeah.
It was windy, and I'm standing there in the water. I'm like, oh, it's
Freezing,
cold,
yeah.
dude. It was like the water was like 71 degrees, you know.
Bahamas is windy?
Yeah, it's windy in the Bahamas.
No.
Well, and
We're
it's
supposed
not
to go
like-
there, I don't know.
I just had my bicep reconstructed, so I tore this bicep, and like getting in the water, I take my big old metal robot arm. My kids called it a robot arm. I take it off, and like we were on a cruise, so the at sea day, we went out to the pools and stuff that night. And it was packed. It was like not packed, but it was like okay. So we decided we're like, let's hop in the spa. We hop in the spa, and it's windy, and then you get out of the spa, and you're like, oh my god, it's cold. And the only time my arm hurt after the surgery, so I'm like week and a half, 2 weeks from surgery when I go on this cruise, and I'm sitting there shaking, and it was like tense up my bicep. I'm like, oh, that's a little sore, like. But no, man, it was the Bahamas. They're great, white sandy beaches. But something about the Gulf of America or Gulf of Mexico, whatever we're calling it these days. In Pensacola, man, I love it. I love it. Shout out to Jared and Nicole and their dirty feet.
Well, there might be some hope. I mean, obviously it's a work in progress, but who knows, dude? Looks like the two leading candidates for governor are both Republican, and I'd like to see what that sheriff Chad Bianco will do.
What are they really gonna do when it's a super majority?
No, I know.
You know.
I'm just
Everything he tries to do is not gonna happen.
well, it's not like moves are instantaneously. You know, it's a wait and see.
Well, I know they're not
It's about, like,
instantaneously, but you win
see what happens. I mean, who knows? Like, all it takes for somebody to be content is just a little bit of change. Nobody's asking for the world, but I think if you could just revert back to a little bit of
You
the
mean like
normalcy,
80 cents on a gallon of gas?
yeah. Well, and thank God, shout out Elon Musk, man. I thank God for the Teslas, bro. We have a gas SUV and we have our Tesla, and our gas SUV to fill up like before the spike in gas prices was around $60. We filled it up about 2 weeks ago. It was like $110, and I'm like, this shit doubled, and so we moved the car seat back to Tesla, and bro, we haven't filled up gas since. Like, you just throw that charger on and fucking life's good. You can drive wherever the hell you want. You just plug it in.
Other than you're like riding in radiation.
Yeah.
Radiation.
Listen, if that's what takes me out, I'm good with it.
Was it the same stuff the phones put out? is the same shit your fucking microwave puts out, and you're just putting that up to your brain. That's why I only text, fool.
Well, that's
I
why
don't put it up.
I only talk on speakers.
speaker.
Well,
or
shit,
the
you're still right
AirPods.
there, dude.
Yeah, but or you just have the AirPods. I mean,
I don't know how much that's true. Well, AirPods, same thing. Bluetooth, it's still putting shit through your.
Yeah, but
It shows all these NBA players with the wired earphones because they know that the AirPods are bad.
Who does that?
Like they
I know
show
Caleb
this thing,
Williams does it.
this video where like all the NBA players wear the wired headphones because they know the AirPods are bad for them.
I don't know if they do. I think everybody's just doing it for style now. Honestly, like the wired thing is just a style.
I miss the wired ones, dude.
I do too. You know, that used to be the thing. Like, I remember when I first, like, my parents didn't want to buy me an iPhone, and they didn't want to switch to AT&T when only AT&T had iPhones. So I got an Android, and I was like, okay.
My parents wouldn't buy me a pager, dude.
Yeah, but your childhood was fucking 35 years ago, dude.
Hey, chill.
Oh shit, you're not even the oldest one here.
That's why I'm looking at him. That's why I'm looking at him. You know me, dude.
I didn't have a pager, but I did have a cell phone in 01 that I paid for.
A Nokia?
No, it was like an Ericsson, I think.
My dad's first Nokia, it had the snake game on there.
Yeah.
And
Dude, it was a big deal when they took those Nokias and you could get custom cases for them. That was like the big deal,
I
dude.
remember that.
Or
Oh, yeah, you were even-
Or you can.
What year were you born?
96.
96. So you were like fucking not even.
5, 6
Yeah.
years old.
You were like 5 years old,
You
7
can
years
get custom
old.
cases, and then also you can like customize like the keyboard.
You could get the ringtones
yeah,
too.
the
Oh, yeah.
ringtones, the keys.
Well, that's when you had to buy the ringtones, right?
Yeah, but they came in and it wasn't like, you know, nowadays where it's the actual song
Yeah.
playing. It was like the tones of the phone making the ringtone.
So Soldier Boy went on the podcast saying that he made more money off ringtones
Oh yeah,
than he did off of music.
Yeah,
Off
yeah.
the actual
Well,
music.
Because he was getting the money straight to him. It wasn't the record label.
Yeah.
It was straight to his
Well,
bank
I think
account.
Akon said that too. Like he
Yeah.
he made
Akon and T-Pain.
they that wasn't in their contract, so they're like, okay, well
Yeah.
let's start this and
Yeah.
yeah.
My brother, when he got his first phone, you know, he would just fucking click and buy all that shit. He ran up the bill $200, and you know, $200 back in the day was a lot, especially like for kids. Like you can buy the world with fucking 200. And
You caught an ass with me.
my dad saw that, and it was BTA, bro, belt to ass, like quick. But yeah, I know it's crazy, like how fucking things change. But you know, simpler times, like.
Dude, in 1990 to 2000, a major label would make approximately 80 cents to $2 off a CD sold.
That's nothing. But back in the
But
day,
then that
people
goes to
were-
the company, and then how much of that actually goes to the artist?
they wouldn't. I don't know, not much, but where they would make their money, these artists would be tours.
Tours, yeah, 100%.
Nowadays, like you don't really like you have tours, but I mean, I think everybody's like they get paid for appearances now, so they don't need tours as much as you know just showing up to a place and sponsoring an item or
Even like
something.
Instagram, like they get paid for fucking
Yeah.
the
Ad
videos they
revenue
put
and
out.
shit like
Yeah,
that.
it's that I don't know if the actual number, but I think Kim Kardashian, if she fucking posts something like any little thing is like fucking 10 million.
Yeah,
Like that's fucking ridiculous. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
her, Drake,
Kanye, any of the big ones, the
Yeah.
AA celebrities, any
Yeah.
little post and it's fucking
yeah, it brings them so much publicity, and you know that people buy their products all the time, and it's so easy to get shit and see shit. It's like, shoot, we'll talk about something, and then we'll leave from here, and that shit will be popping up on their social media. It's like, oh, let me look at this, and like these businesses became so smart with how they market. All it takes is what appeals to the consumer's eye. If the packaging and everything's right, you'll sell out. Every time I go to Target, and usually like back in the day, I used to just strictly Gillette for shaving stuff.
Harry's, bro.
But well, then there was Harry's, and then Target has Goodfellas, and then there's a bunch of other companies. Now, if you walk into Target, it's all Manscaped, the Rocks brand, Papui or something like that, and they're just rebranding drenching or something. I don't know, but they're smart because all it is about packaging, and then when you look at it, it's like, all right, let me try it. But
Kim Kardashian is estimated to earn between 1.6 and 2.2 million dollars for a single sponsored Instagram post.
A post.
yeah,
It's just a single post.
That's crazy.
But what do you see now? All these big time celebrities, they make their own product and then they market that because they reap 100% of the benefits.
Well, Tucker Carlson doing the Zins,
Yeah.
you know, or
I-
what are they,
The
Alps or
Alps.
whatever?
I've tried them. They're good. But after I've had we've tried the Europeans, and nothing beats the
No,
flavor
the
And-
Swedish ones. or whatever they
and
are.
how long they last and everything. But for an American nicotine pouch, he's doing just fine. Like those work really well.
I think I've tried like one, but it was like a lemon lime flavor, and I was like, oh, that's interesting.
I got some mint.
I still haven't tried any of those.
Don't.
I'm trying to stay away from them.
Don't.
Yeah, don't honestly like.
I don't do energy drinks, and
I've been
I don't
saying
do
this.
energy drinks.
This is my energy drink.
I do coffee.
Yeah, I cut out the energy drinks fucking years ago. Because I found myself, and I'm sure everybody at this table has had an energy drink, but I found myself literally drinking it just for the flavor.
Well,
What the
the older I get, like there was a while there where it did nothing for me, right?
Yeah.
And then after that, it's like I'd have one and I'd just get jittery and like
Yeah.
dizzy, and I'm like, fuck this, dude, I'm done.
Well,
And I don't even like the taste of them anymore.
No, they wake me up.
They changed.
Especially like the Red Bull, the Zeros. Like the last time I really had one, I went to Vegas by myself. Fucking played all night, lost, didn't even sleep. It was like 5 a.m. I was like, I'm not supposed to stay here. I have a max on my account. I can only take out a certain amount, and I
Right.
fucking maxed it. Drove back, and I was falling asleep, and pulled over, grabbed a Red Bull, and it kept me up until I got home.
Yeah.
But
They do work for me. I just choose not to drink them.
But this is the conversation I have with everybody. Like, will it work to an extent? Yes. But majority of everything is just a placebo. Because your brain's already like, okay, this is gonna help me. So you convince yourself like, oh shit, this woke me up. I don't know if it actually wakes you up or not.
Coffee works for me.
Like they have a bunch of sugar, they have a bunch of other shit that they don't list on there, but it doesn't work. I mean, like coffee now, I literally drink coffee for the flavor, and it just gives me something to do. Because this will keep me up just doing this. You know, you drive, you take another sip, like that'll keep you up. I don't think the actual.
Did you ever score some of that Arabic coffee?
No.
That shit was fire.
My mom makes it like whenever we're over, like she'll ask, hey, do you guys want?
And I imagine that shit's kind of expensive. I bet it comes in like a little bag and it's like probably 15, 20 bucks.
I don't know how much, but there's a place here in town. I already told you, but we should try it. We should go tomorrow. Actually, it's Blue Fig. It's on Stockdale, California, where All Americans used to be.
Mm.
They sell it. I don't know how big of a cup they sell because obviously last time you saw, they'll give it to you in a
Shot glass of it.
It's really strong coffee, but it tastes super good.
And I couldn't sleep the rest of the night. Like, I went home.
Yeah.
I was like, because we were standing there. I was like, I'm fucking tired. And they started making some coffee. He's like, you want some? And I was like, he's already telling me about how good it is.
I was like, dude, they're making Turkish coffee, and like back in the Middle East, they'll make it over like hot sand, and that's like the authentic way to make it. Now, obviously here, we don't have enough fucking sandbox to just like heat up or whatever. But yeah, you just stovetop and then you pour that stuff in, and
It's just like a shot of it, and you just sip on it.
but it's thicker
It's
than
good.
Actual coffee because of the I don't know what they put in it, but it's like it almost looks like tree bark that they add to it.
It's thick. The grounds are thick.
It's good, dude. It definitely will wake you up. Like it, I feel a little bit when I drink that, but I'll drink that and it'll get you right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So next time my mom makes it or whatever, we can all go to that store Blue Fig. I want to try it from there, see if it's like authentic and tastes legit, or if it's just regular Americanized. But they're all Middle Eastern over there, so I'm sure they make it the right way.
Yeah.
Let's close out with a little NFL because it's been a lot has changed since then.
You guys fucked up in getting that quarterback in the first round. You could have had him in the third round.
No, we couldn't have.
Yes, you could have. Why would you get a quarterback and you have the
Hold on.
MVP that's
Well,
He's also what?
It's
38 years old.
Let me explain. Okay, I sat on it. Initially I didn't like it.
I still don't like it.
I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it if Stafford plays one more year. But they're talking about extending him for 2 to 3 years. If the Rams win, Stafford retires. And then, cool, after that, Ty Simpson, good. But,
Stafford's trying to go out like Kershaw.
So Simpson graduated high school in 21. From 21 up until now, he started 15 games. He was a career backup up until this past year, where he, throughout the first 8-9 games, he was the best quarterback in college football. He gets hurt. The team was already not good. The O-line was decent. It wasn't how Alabama used to be. They had zero run game, absolutely zero run game. Ryan Williams had a huge, too many drops, huge sophomore slump. He wasn't even the best receiver on the team. It was Jeremy Bernard, who went in the second round. If Stafford plays another 3 years, from 21 all the way up until 2029, our first round pick that we took this year would have only started 15 games. You know how shitty that sounds? But if we win, he retires, I'm good with it.
Hey, we're just a couple weeks and a couple months away from all those the year of the cowboy post,
Yeah.
We them boys and all that bullshit.
I like our draft.
You guys had a good
we
draft.
fucking killed it.
You guys had a very good
We
draft.
killed
To only trade up one spot and you still get possibly the best overall player. Like, obviously there's Mendoza. I don't think he was the best player because of the position he plays. But overall, you had Jeremiah Love and it was Caleb Downs. That's it. Nobody else. Everybody else was potential. They were good. This draft wasn't like head and shoulders blue chip players. You guys had a good draft. The teams that won the draft were the Raiders, the Browns, and the Jets. They improved the most. A lot of other teams had very good drafts. Like, I would give you guys an A. I'd give us about a C, because in the second round, where we could have traded up, got a stud receiver, we sat pat, and we took Max Clare out of Ohio State. Good receiving tight end. However, we already have 4 tight ends on the roster. We just drafted Terrence Ferguson in the second round last year. So we have Colby Parkinson. They're not big names, but Tyler Higbee, Davis Allen, Terrence Ferguson, and now Max Clare. We didn't get a receiver until the 6th round, which he started out the year as the number 1 receiver for Miami, ended up going to number 2 because Malachi Tony popped off. But CJ Daniels, I'm happy with it. It should be a good player for us, but there's still a bunch of free agents available. Tyreek Hill, if you somehow catch this clip, bro, go to the Rams. You want to win a chip, go to the Rams. So, I think...
Is he free agent?
Yeah. There's still a bunch of free agents. Like, receiver-wise, there's him, there's Keenan Allen, there's Odell, there's Stephon Diggs.
We've said this before. I would not play in California. I would play in Texas, Florida.
Yeah, you want the Tennessee, Nevada, but who knows? We'll see what happens. But yeah, you guys came away with a very solid draft. There's really no other way about it. You guys went all defense except for 2 picks. That's about it.
We got that undrafted free agent tight end from Baylor, Michael Trigg, who's a beast.
We'll see
He's
what
gonna be a
happens.
gem.
There was a lot of players that I was kind of surprised went undrafted. Fucking one that's super funny was Diego Pavia.
Yeah, the quarterback.
Yeah, he was the Heisman runner-up, and you see all the memes about this guy who was a Heisman runner-up.
He signed with the.
He signed with Baltimore.
Ravens,
So they invited him to training camp, and then they ended up inking into a deal. But at best, you're going to be a backup. Nobody ever thought he's literally my height. Imagine my height.
Doug Flutie.
Dude.
Drew Brees
was at least 5. He was 6 foot in cleats.
No.
He was not 5'9".
Doug Flutie was tiny.
He was not 5'9". The last 5'9" quarterback was Kyler Murray, and
He's been great.
look, he's on a different team and went number 1. So, Diego Pavia is 5'9". That's he might be shorter than me. There's no way you're shorter than me playing NFL quarterback behind linemen who are the shortest one's going to be 6'3", 6'4".
Yeah.
So
You know, open them lanes up like they did for Flutie, and then puts a lot of work on the line, but
yeah,
it's doable.
Well, I think that's it for episode 7.
Make sure you guys like, subscribe, follow, comment.
Instagram. Tune in for
TikTok.
next week, and pretty soon we'll start releasing the guest list for some of the guests that we're gonna have coming on. That'll be a surprise, so make sure you guys stay